14KJ.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. This is Lisa.
And Fave.
And you're listening to That or This or That podcast.
Yes, Vet or This or That. It is our podcast, and we like to describe what we talk about as a potpourri of shit. All the shit that is going on in our lives in our 20 years of transitioning. Good shit, bad shit, shit, never bullshit. So, with that being said, Lisa, what are we talking about today?
Yeah. Today's topic, believe it or not, is going to be called Too Much Shit, Not Enough Toilet Paper.
Too much shit, not enough toilet paper.
Too much shit, not enough toilet paper.
Yeah. Too much shit, not enough toilet paper. What is that? Okay, so what is that about? What already interesting topic right off the bat, just off the title alone. So what is that about, Lisa?
So we've decided that what we're going to be actually talking about is going to be about time. Too much shit, not enough toilet paper for us means that we have a lot of stuff to do and not a lot of time to do it. That's just our reality of this. I had of course, like always, I do a little bit of research. So
there goes research.
And I found something that was interesting, and I want to share it with you guys because it had me baffled a little bit because of what we've always been taught. But I'm going to read it to you. It says, you can't manage time, but you can definitely manage yourself. There's no such thing as time management. Time can't be made to last longer or spent faster than it comes. It can't be saved up for later. It simply proceeds as it always has, uninterrupted, and all anyone can do is live within it. Now that baffled me a little bit because we've been taught that you got to have time management. That's why you can't do what you got to do because it's time.
Yeah.
But this specifically says that there's no such thing as time management because time can't be made to last longer or spent faster than it comes, which is actually the truth. So, what happens when 24 hours isn't enough? Like what happens when 24 hours? What I found out, because for myself, I realized, we do so much stuff wrong in this life, but it's meant for us to learn, And so I think what we need to start doing, we need to start treating time as we do money. We need to start viewing time as a limited resource because it is. Time is a finite resource. Each person has a limited amount of time in their life. There's a limited amount of time in their life. And once it's gone, it cannot be recovered. And because it can't be recovered, this is what makes time so valuable.
Yeah.
I always used to say that your time is valuable. And that's why we say, don't waste my time. Don't waste my money. Don't waste my time.
Don't waste my time.
And I realized at a young age when I used to work for the city of New York that that job that you work for, they can't compensate you for the work that you do. They're compensating you for the time that you spend away from your family. So when you're at work for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, you're not getting paid for the job that you do. Because a lot of people can sit at work for 9 to 12 hours and don't do a damn thing and get paid.
This is true.
Hence, they don't pay you for your time. They don't pay you for your work. They pay you for your time away from your family. When you're away from your family for those 8 hours and you're at a job, that job is paying you for that time. So time is very valuable. We have to remember that time is very valuable and very important because once it's gone, you cannot retrieve it. You can't get it back. That's what people always say. I'm going to bed now because I was up all night and I gotta make up for that sleep that I lost. No, you can't make up for that.
No,
that time is gone. You can't get it back.
Yes,
it's not recoverable. It's not recoverable. So what happens when 24 hours just isn't enough? What happens? Too much shit. Not enough
time. Not enough toilet paper. I was gonna say not enough time.
That's what I mean. Too much shit, not enough toilet paper. That means we got a lot of stuff to do. We don't have a lot of time to do it. And we have to make sure that where our time is being spent.
Yep. It's prioritizing your life so that you're giving the things that you value the most the most time, basically.
Yes. And that's why as females, I can't speak for no dude, but as females, we are so adamant about our males, our boyfriends, husbands, whatever, or girlfriends, whatever it may be. Time is important. Like, we want you to spend time with us.
Absolutely.
Even if that time means I'm just sitting in your face staring at you smiling. I just want that time because time is precious. Time is precious and it's very, very valuable. And if I'm not making that clear enough where I'm telling you it's valuable in the sense that because once it's gone, you can't get it back.
You can't get it back.
Makes it very valuable.
Yeah.
You can't put a price tag on time.
Yeah.
Jobs try to.
Yes, but it's not the same. They're paying you for. It's not. No, but like take it in the aspect of losing a loved one. Okay. Take it in that aspect, and if stay with me a little bit. Now, once that person is gone, right? That you can't get that time back. So all the things that you wanted to say, all the things that you had wished to say, you don't get that time back. Now you're only left with memories and just the idea of putting it out in the universe in hopes that they receive it. We don't know where they are. We don't know, we don't know what the transition brings. Okay.
Right.
So that when we talk about time, we want to look at it in that aspect as well. So, but again, going back to talking about, prioritizing the things that are important to you and giving the time for that. Because again, we do have a lot of shit and we do not always have enough toilet paper to use. Toilet paper. And it's like, if you spent the majority of your life just working and you have a family, you have, the kids, you have the spouse and all that other stuff. But if you spent the majority of your time just working and just doing and running and, just all over the place, but you never once can say, if you would look back in your life, you can't honestly say that I spent enough time loving on my family. That's like all that space and energy wasted just doing one aspect of your life and not being able to cover the other part of your life as well, which is of course your family and your loved ones, your kids and so on and so forth. And even vacation, like I can tell you right now, my dad, before he passed away, like he had more time working than he did on vacation. So like the time that, again, it goes back to the job that you have too, because he didn't always have he didn't have a cushy job or anything like that. He did building maintenance. So, that type of work doesn't always give you like the ultimate type of PTO, paid time off. And, they only give you like this much vacation for this much work that you've done.
Yeah.
There's some jobs they only give you like, occurred time. Like you worked for every 8 hours that you work, you get, half a day
Right. And
of time,
I know a lot of people
yeah.
are going to be on here and be like, well, what are y'all talking about? We have to work. And we
Yeah,
get that.
no,
We get that. But what I do know, and this is from personal experiences with people,
mm-hmm,
is that I know a lot of people that worked 20 and 30 years on their job,
mm-hmm,
and they retired, and within 2 years they were dead.
yeah, yeah.
Not even Didn't even really have the opportunity to
To
enjoy
enjoy retirement
the
again.
retirement or the money, and they'll say, I worked so hard so my
Mm-hmm,
family can we can when it's over, my family and I. Let me just give y'all a little hint on things. um I guess I was fortunate enough where I didn't have to work jobs for 20 years. I got
mm,
hurt, fortunate and unfortunate. But when you're working these jobs, they do give vacation time. And
mm-hmm,
even if they didn't, you have to figure out a way to
mm-hmm,
vacation. And now I'm
yeah.
not talking about you got to spend all this money and go out of the country or even out of the state. A
Mm-hmm.
vacation is a vacation. They call them now staycations too.
Staycations, yep.
Take Even if you don't have a family and it's just you, take time out for yourself. Because we
Mm-hmm,
always talking about self. You
mm-hmm,
gotta do. If you don't do it for anyone, you gotta do it for yourself. But if you do have that family, people, they will go out in their backyards and build tents and stuff like that and have their
mm-hmm.
kids on there. Because kids don't care about the job.
No,
Kids don't care about the
no,
money.
no.
Kids care about the time, and
The time.
remember the
Mm-hmm,
times and the memories that was spent with that parent,
mm-hmm,
that family. That's what
mm-hmm,
kids, they remember that time and that memory.
mm-hmm.
So my thing for you all that are listening, and again, I'm not telling you don't work. Of course you got to work, and whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to realize that that can't be your life.
Absolutely.
Just working.
Absolutely.
Because I said this on a different episode. We think we have a lot of time, but we don't.
Mm,
We
mm-mm.
don't. And one thing I've realized for myself, what I don't want to do is leave this life with regrets.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave with regrets. And so I'm just saying this, and a lot of people probably gonna say too, oh, it's easy for you to say because you're retired. You learn certain things. My
Mm.
thing is this: is that you have to take the opportunities once they're given to you. If you have vacation time, what are you holding on? What are you saving it for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what are you saving it for? I don't know if in a job that will roll over vacation time over and over. I guess you
Not
get
all
like,
jobs do that.
yeah,
Not
and
all
even
jobs do that.
if some jobs do, why would you want to accumulate 20 weeks of vacation?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Why?
Mm-hmm.
When you get the vacation, take the vacation.
Absolutely.
Even if they'd
Absolutely.
only given you 3 days. Hey, take that 3 days and then take 2 days off with no pay, maybe, or take 2 days off. Figure it out where you can
Yeah.
have a vacation.
It's to get some time for yourself.
You
Yeah.
have to have some time to regroup.
Yes.
You need to do that.
Even I
You need to reset, just like you reset your phone and all that. You need to reset yourself.
even on like you have the weekends, okay, like some people are excited about the weekends, like they have plans to do for the weekend, they got the
Mm-hmm.
party and all that other stuff, which is great, fantastic or whatever, but I would dare say use that time on purpose to get that rest that you need or go on that vacation
Absolutely.
that you want to go on. So let's say you get off of work on a Friday, and you have Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and then you're back to work on Monday, right? So why not use that time uh for yourself? Like make it a mission to tell people, no, no, this is my time.
Yeah,
Listen, if
absolutely.
you tell anybody no, they can't be mad at you for saying that no, I just don't have the time. I could tell you so many stories of how my dad, like for the weekend, when he should have just been taking care of himself and just recouping for himself, that he was out and about doing other things for other people.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, when it came time to retirement, just like Lisa was saying, when it came time for him to retire, he didn't even enjoy his retirement because within the year he had gotten sick. And after that, it was like 5 years in a nursing home, and
Yeah.
before the 5 years was up, he had already passed away. So he didn't even get a chance to
To
retire and
enjoy
enjoy
and to
the
enjoy
retirement.
it. and enjoy it.
Yeah, so like the week when those weekends come rolling around, yes, I understand it's party time and everything like that, but sometimes that party can wait till next week, because that party is going to happen again next week, right? That bar is still going to be there. Those drinks are still going to be there, and you just take the time out and be like, you know what? Turn off the phone, turn off the lights,
and light a candle.
Spend that time with your kids. If you got kids, spend that time with your kids, because like Lisa said, your kids will always remember the time you spent with them or the time that you didn't spend with them. They will always recount that. And it makes no sense for you to have to give excuse, well, I have to do this or whatever, just so, I have to sacrifice my weekends just so my kids can have whatever. But you never spent that time that you sacrificed for your kids with your kids. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't equate. You have to prioritize self and family and make sure that those are the days that your kids will come back and be like, hey, mom, dad, you remember that time we had gone, I don't know, camping in the backyard? Remember that time we were camping in the backyard? Now I remember that, but they don't remember the big the amount of money you spent on a vacation that
right, exactly.
That doesn't add up to them.
But I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say it because I think this is really important. I'm gonna say it again. I really believe that we need to start treating time like we do money.
Like money.
And start viewing time as a limited resource. If we start looking at it that way, time becomes so valuable and important to us for real, because it is valuable. And in time, this is what we got to understand. That's why we got this too much shit, not enough toilet paper title. Because it's a lot of stuff that we got to do. We don't have a lot of time to do it. If we look at all this stuff and realize what's important and what's not, it'll be easier to achieve what we want to do with the time that we have. Because again, time is not going to stop for no man. It's not. Time is going to tick away, whether you've done something great with it or you squandered it.
Yeah.
So just because you didn't fix what you needed to fix today or do what you needed to do today, you'll probably say, well, I got tomorrow. But now you take it away from tomorrow to do something that you should have did today.
Yep.
Listen, people, time is very valuable. We don't have enough toilet paper. We do not have enough toilet paper
for this shit.
And we don't. Remember, you were saying about the prior to this, we have little meetings. We were talking about toilet paper, toilet paper being time. We don't have enough toilet paper, we don't have enough time. And Faith brought up the fact that the people who, during COVID-19, we had a shortage of toilet paper.
Make it make sense. Let me tell you something. First of all, you ain't got but one asshole, okay? One asshole. Why we shutting down the toilet paper manufacturing? Like, I'm like, for real? Like, people were buying up toilet paper. Like it was really going to just stop, like, being manufactured for the next, I don't know, years, months, days on end or whatever.
They was buying it like it was time.
Yes. So much so that when you went to those bulk places, those bulk stores, like Sam's Club, Costco's, or BJ's and stuff like that, they were like, we're limiting on the toilet paper.
You only allowed 3 rolls.
There wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But they were like, you could only get like, one. Like, and each, if you went to those bulk warehouses, you would get like, you get like 20 some odd rolls of toilet paper or whatever.
But the question is, Faith, the question is this is the question, the real question. And if somebody knows, please let us know.
Yeah.
What was the purpose of buying all this toilet paper during COVID-19? Honestly,
you wasn't selling it on the black market. It's not like you were selling.
So I live in Florida now. Everybody knows I'm from New York. I live in Florida now. And this is where we have hurricanes all the time. And whenever you go to the store, the first thing they buy is toilet paper and bottled water. Now, let me just say this. I live in Florida. You shouldn't be drinking the water out the faucet here. It's disgusting. So everybody should have cases of bottled water at their house. So my thing is, when they say a hurricane is coming, why are we buying so much bottled water? You should already have at least 1 to 2 cases of bottled water in your house. And then what's the purpose of it? Because it's raining outside. Like, what you need all the bottled water for? My thing is, when they say we having a hurricane, the first thing I do is I fill my tubs up with water. Just in case, the water shut down, whatever, you could flush the toilet, whatever. Because I'm not worried about lights, electricity. You have candles, got a grill in the backyard, you grill, you're going to eat, and I got a generator. My thing is, what's the purpose of buying all this water and all of this toilet paper?
Well, you do need fresh water.
That's what I'm saying.
You do need fresh water.
Yeah, go ahead. But you live in Florida. You should have at least 1 to 2 cases already at your house. So what you go in the store buying 3, 4, 5, 50 more cases? Why are we doing that? Why every time they say it's a hurricane, we run to the store and we buy everything off the shelf as though we don't have a damn thing in our house?
Listen, the other thing gets me, because I get it that if the water shuts down, of course you fill up the tub of water so you can pour it, whatever. Yes. But that toilet paper ain't gonna help that water go down if you stop it up. Okay. So I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand it either. But all I know is during the pandemic, it was just ridiculous. People were buying up Lysol like nobody's business. Like how much Lysol? Like you weren't using Lysol at the
prior
first.
To, yeah.
You weren't using Lysol at the first. So now, all that's going on. Now you want to stock up on Lysol and Lysol wipes and this, that, and the third. Why? Why? It should be in your house already.
It should have already been.
It was. I know it was in my. It was in my house way.
Right. Exactly. and because of the overbuying of these said products, they have skyrocketed in price.
Oh, the price of it has definitely skyrocketed. Yeah.
Because of that, people buying it so much. At that time. So now it's like, okay, they're going to want this all the time. So let's jack the price up because they're going to buy it regardless. Because, when COVID,
it's a necessity.
They thought Lysol was going to kill COVID. We had some fools out here drinking bleach or something or spraying spraying Lysol down their throat. We had people doing some crazy stuff.
Crazy shit.
With the stuff. But the toilet paper shortage was one of the things that was just.
Yeah. I mean, it just, I know we went off on a tangent a little bit.
I know, and I still don't understand.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Running off on a tangent.
I don't like running out of stuff.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't like running out. So I always got, like right now, honestly, if you go in my garage and pop my trunk open, I got a case of toilet paper and a case of paper towels in there. Because was going low in the house, and so I buy it. So I'm not bringing it in the house until we get the last one on each, and then I'll bring it in the house. But I don't like running out of stuff.
Yeah, so, nobody does.
Now, if they said a hurricane was coming, I don't have to run to the store to get water and toilet paper and paper towel, because I have it already. So I'm not running. I ain't going to get canned food. I got a deep freeze. I'm not going to get food. I'm not getting any of that. If anything, I might go get, and this is the God honest truth, it's probably going to be some snacks. Because I don't keep snacks in my house. So that would be something I would go get chips and, popcorn and cookies and, stuff like that I can set some sunflower seed, things I can snack on. I would get that.
Absolutely.
And you know why? I wouldn't be in the store getting it? 1, because I don't need it. And 2, because I'm going to make sure I'm not using my time to run to the store. I'm not going to be using that to do something else. Got off too much.
But it came back. It came back because we talk about prioritizing. We talk about making the things that need to be a priority. And excuse me. I was looking up an article It is 20-minute life checkup to get your priorities in order. So yeah. So what this person broke down, and it's written by Patrick Buggy. Patrick Buggy. I got it off the Mindful Ambition website, Mindful Ambition .net website, and the title is 20 minutes the 20-minute life checkup to get your priorities in order. So they did a breakdown of it. So why we don't act with our priorities in mind. And he broke it down in a few things. I'll try to get through them. But one that is mental conditioning. Excuse me. You're used to doing what you're used to doing, even if your habits don't bring you joy. They're comfortable enough for you to continue on. Example is compulsively reaching for your phone and opening Instagram. You could right there and then you could burn time just going through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Burn time just doing that. And time you could have been doing
something productive.
That's the God's honest truth. I can attest to that, because like if I say, okay, I'm going to get up and do a workout or something like that, but let me just do 5 minutes on Instagram before I get up. That 5 minutes has turned into an hour, and I'm just like, oh my God, I was supposed to be on the treadmill at 6:00, and it is now 7:45.
Now you got to get ready for work.
Now I got to get ready for work. The other thing is lack of awareness. You don't realize that you're stuck in a pattern you don't realize that you're stuck in patterns that aren't improving your life. Humans are great at staying reactive and going with the flow. Examples are spending the last 30 minutes before sleep looking at a screen, then wondering why you wake up feeling tired. Going back again to that Instagram, to social media before you go to sleep. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Don't let that be the last. And I've been told that before. Don't let that be the last thing that you do before you go to bed, is that you looking at social media before you go to sleep, because you will kill time, whereas you could have been using that time to
and I think
getting some rest.
I think a good example of that too is I know a lot of people who when it's dinner time, they don't allow that, not just like none of them, the kids, the adults, they don't bring their phones to the
dinner table.
And they sit at the dinner table as a family unit and they discuss whatever was going on. They do that. And that's a great way to spend your time.
Absolutely. It's a conversation that you can have with your kids.
Yeah, because I've been, and I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Like I'll be out with friends or whoever eating, sometimes, and while we waiting for, our food to come,
we're on the phone.
Just everybody or instead of, conversating with one another.
Yes.
We're on the phone, we could have been taking pictures of one another, but no,
basically,
we're individually on our phones, doing our own thing, wasting that time. Again, because we have to remember that time is valuable.
Very, very valuable.
Once it's gone, we can never get it.
Can't get it back. Can't get it back. Listen, I've been yelled at by my partner because I was on the phone. Like we were supposed to be watching like let's say a movie that he said, okay, let's watch this, check out this movie. And I get caught up looking at something because I'm trying to check on I have different businesses that I'm, got my hands in, and I'm trying to look up something that could be beneficial towards the business or something like that. And then he gets mad, like, we're watching a movie. All you're doing is looking at your phone. So I get yelled at. So yes, you could lose on even though we were just watching a movie, we're not really conversing. But the fact that we can talk about the movie later on is time that we could have.
And that's time that person probably feels like this is, this is time that we are spending together. Even if we're not conversating, we're just watching this movie. We're doing it together.
Absolutely. Together.
So for some people, that's really important.
Yeah. Oh, please. It's just the fact that you being there, like we talked about before, your presence is enough for me. It's like, that's how I feel. The other one is payoffs in the current state. Even when you are aware that you want to change means you'd lose the payoff if you're getting in your current situation. Losses loom larger than gains.
Wow.
I gotta read that again. I'm sorry. Even when you're, even when you are aware that you want to change, change means you'd lose the payoff you're getting in your current situation. Losses loom larger than gains. Hmm. Can't get that time back. Can't
Once
get
it's
that time
gone,
back.
once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we get so caught up
You
in
can't
what
make
we're
up.
doing. Yeah, we
You
get
can't
so
make up.
caught up into what we're doing, and that's that
Mm-hmm.
habit. We get so
Mm-hmm.
caught up into doing what we think is important, or we
Yeah.
may not even think it's important. We just it's a habit. We just so
Yeah.
some people, and I was one of those people a long time ago. I would wake up in the morning, grab my phone, and look on Facebook.
Mm. Mm.
And when I realized that that was
It's not that
becoming
important.
a habit, that's when I
Mm-hmm.
took Facebook off my phone. And I took it off my phone for a whole week.
Mm.
No Facebook. And don't you know, when the week passed, the second week came, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta put Facebook back on it. So I put it back, excuse me, I put it back on my phone. And from that moment till this very moment, I don't wake up in the morning looking at my phone. Facebook is not a fact. Like, people have to
No.
tell me to go on Facebook to look at stuff, because still to this day I don't just grab my phone. It's just not.
Absolutely.
It's not important to me. It's not important to
Absolutely.
me. But and I
Absolutely.
made it. It wasn't really important to me before faith. I made it.
Mm.
I made
Mm.
it a priority when it wasn't.
Yeah. If
I
it wasn't
made
on
it
your
a
phone,
priority.
it was never a priority. If it
Exactly.
was never on the phone, it was never a priority. So why are you making it a priority now? And I just want to jump into this example. For that, what I just read, you might say you want to get in shape, but eating well and getting active means losing the payoff of continual comfort and enjoying indulgent food.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So you want
So
to get in
they,
shape, but you
mhm.
said what you said is I want to be in shape, but I'm not willing to stop eating
Eating.
the stuff that's causing me to
That's
need to
mm-hmm,
walk,
mm-hmm.
because I don't want to let go of that feeling or what it is.
Yeah, because it's comfort. It's
Yes.
like we talk about comfort food, like it's the thing that you want to indulge in because it makes you happy. It's an emotional growth, an emotional spark for you or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, but the end of the end of it, the payoff of it is you eating healthier, you living
Right.
longer,
Right.
you
You
being
you're
the
having
best
more
you.
time, right? You're
Yeah, you
having
have more time. Yeah.
more time, because one thing I should say too is that I know I read in here where something about time is, everybody has a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that there is a way you can, maybe not per se add more time to your life, but get that time that you suppose, because we can shorten our life
Mm-hmm.
by certain things that we do. We can shorten our lives. So say if you have, I don't know, say 90 years you have, um, everything that you do that's not health wise shortens that 90 years.
Yep.
I learned that because I have 4 kids, and I learned that every time a woman has a child,
Mm.
it takes away some years off of your life.
Wow.
Every
Never knew that.
time, every time a person has a surgery or an operation, you
Mm.
lose some years off your life. You put your
Mm.
body through trauma.
Yeah.
You put your
Yeah.
body through trauma. So the thing is that, if you're gonna walk, if you're gonna exercise, if you're gonna eat healthy, if you have to, I don't know if it's gonna add those years back. I don't know that. But what I'm saying is that if you only have 80 years left, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You want to keep those 80 years.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you want to do things right when you're younger,
Hmm.
so that
Hmm.
your 80-year-old self will be like, you think I
Thank
appreciate
you,
the fact
Lisa.
that when you was 30 years old, you walked and ate carrots.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
we don't know how much time we have, which
Hmm.
is a great thing that we don't know. We don't know how much time we have, but we do know that we don't have a lot.
Exactly.
So you don't
Exactly.
know how much time you have, but you do know that you don't have a lot of it.
Yep. And it's funny that you brought up the exercising and everything like that, because even today, was it today? Was it today? Yeah, when we spoke earlier, and I was telling you that I was going to hop on the treadmill, but I had to decide whether or not I wanted to get on it. And even if I just did 30 minutes as opposed to my 45-minute hour walk on the treadmill, I still made myself do it. Now, for 3 days prior, I didn't do anything. I was just like, oh, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. It's tired. But again, I had to, figure out, am I tired because I'm just feeling lazy? I just don't want to do it. But what was my payoff at the end of it? My payoff at the end of it is just, me being able to get up a flight of stairs without being winded.
Wow. That's a big deal. That
is a big deal. That is a huge deal for me. That is a huge deal for me.
That's a big deal. So people, we have to find a way, figure out a way to, I can't use the word manage because I read this thing where it says no such thing as time management, but we have to figure out a way to get the best out of the time that we have.
Yeah.
To make the best out of the time that we have. However long that might be. So, find out, figure out what's important to you. Who's important to you. And that's where you have to, put your time in at.
Yep.
Because I can tell you right now, a job is not a place for you to put on your time. One, because you could pass away today and they gonna cry for you at your job, and on Monday morning
they would have found somebody.
They already got somebody. They already went on LinkedIn.
Yep.
They already went on LinkedIn and put your position up. Soon as they said Jerry, Johnny, Joseph, whoever, Sarah, they died. What? Oh, send some flowers. When's the funeral? And make sure you call HR so they can put that slot up on LinkedIn so we can have some coverage for Monday.
Absolutely. What's crazy? We just had something like that happen at my job. Somebody passed away, and it was heartfelt, because knowing this person, personally and whatever. Knowing that this person was not going to be at work the next day and everything, but at the same time, and it's almost in the same breath, we're just like, wow, we got to get somebody to fill that position.
See there?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They don't care because that's the life that we live. This is the world that we're in. Like, you have to make sure that you know where you're investing your time at and who you're investing your time in. It's very, very important. So this topic, too much shit, not enough toilet paper. Which it just means you got a lot of stuff to do and not enough time to do it.
So on the flip side of what the article that I was talking about, they did give something. They did give a bit of a breakdown. So they talked about how using the 20-minute checkup. So one of them is track how you spend your time during the week. So write out the things that you do during the week, which is cruise the internet. Yes, add that in there. Cruise the internet, social media, work out, work at the job, read books, hang out with friends, watch TV, make food, eat food, think about food. So those are just examples. Those are just examples.
Think about food.
Exactly. Those are just the examples of things. So write out, we all get 24 hours a day, right? We all get 24 hours in a day. It's how you spend that 24 hours. The other thing is organize your behavior by time spent. So of the things that you listed out on your behavior, of the behaviors that you do. So what you do on the low side and in comparison to what you do on the high side, the time spent on each side. So you may spend a low amount of time, a short amount of time reading books, but then you spend a good chunk of your time working. So how does that look on a scale of 24 hours? Do you spend an hour reading and you spend 12 hours at work? And okay, so that's 13 hours right there. That means you have another 11 hours in the middle that, what are you doing in there?
But do you have 11 hours? Because, at least 5 to 8 hours you need to rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you spend that time? Do you spend that time in the bathroom?
I'm listening to, right. Hopefully you have enough toilet paper in there.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
thinking about what you were saying just now, and where it said that if you're exercising all this, and this is just something that's going through my head. I don't necessarily do it, but it is a solution. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're walking on a treadmill, maybe your partner or your kids can do that with you, or you're
Mm.
exercising.
Work
If
out together.
yeah, if you're cooking, maybe they can help cook, prep the food. So if you're doing more stuff together, and
Mm-hmm.
that would help out with the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may be like, listen, that's my alone time. I want to be cooking.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
And not be bothered by anybody.
Yeah, and I
When I'm
get that
cooking.
because every now and again I need some alone time too, and
Mm-hmm.
self-reflect and all that stuff. But let's not use that as a reason not to interact.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Because
the other
when you die, you're gonna be by yourself. You was born by
well,
yourself, you're gonna die by
yeah,
yourself.
well, then again, you weren't born by yourself actually, because your mom was there when
Well,
everything happened.
when I say by yourself, I mean unless you have a
Yeah,
twin, you're
yeah,
born by
yeah.
yourself,
But both of y'all came out one at a time. Y'all ain't come out together.
Exactly.
So, um,
We smart on this end of the spectrum.
absolutely, that's deep.
Gotta make it make sense. You gotta
Make it make sense.
make it
So
make sense.
of what we did, once you put that organize your behavior by time spent, you want to put up another axis. So it's going to be your horizontal, then you're going to have your vertical, right?
Okay.
So then on your vertical, it's going to have high priorities and low priorities. So where do you put that? Where do you plug that in your y axis and your x axis? Right.
How do you determine a high priority and a low priority? Because I figure a priority is a priority. I'm like, what's high and low? I don't know.
Yeah. So like how they put it was so you might spend low time reading, but it may be high on the priority of things that you want to do because you want to
Okay.
enlighten
Gotcha.
yourself a little bit more,
I
right?
got it.
But you don't spend a lot of time doing it, but it's on your list of priorities as high.
Okay.
And then your low priority might be cruising the internet or social media, but it falls in the middle of your time spent. So you may spend like 3 or 4 hours on there, but it's the lowest on your list of things to do,
Right.
but you're spending the most time doing it. When you plug it in, now mind you, you're only plugging this in so you can see where it maps out. So then you can now reconfigure what it is that you're doing. So that's the next step. Evaluate what needs to change, right? So once you have once you've done that, you have like a square. You have 4 boxes where it says low time spent, high priority, high time spent, low priority, high time spent, and low priority, low time spent. So you want to look at where all those things are plugged in those boxes, and then you make the plan to change. You change the things that are important to you and least important to you. So it breaks down as start doing less of what isn't priority. So if you're spending more time on the internet, surfing the social media, right, but it's low priority, you now need to make sure that low priority is on your low time spent.
Right.
Okay. So it says inquire into why you spend more time doing those things. Identify if anything what you want to maintain. Brainstorm a better way to meet those needs. Make a do list, not that. No, make a do this, not that list.
That list. Do this, not that. Okay.
Make a do this, not that list. Okay. And then it's called a Whoop It tool. I don't know what that is, but I have to open it up to look at it. But it's called a Whoop It tool. Look it up. WOOP it. Yeah. Anyway, then start by doing more of what's priority. Start evaluating new opportunities. Remember that value and priority are dynamic and unique to you. So you're doing what you believe is priority to you, what is important to you, not what you think your partner thinks is important to them. However, I do say that come together and look at your lists and see where those fall in between. Like, do you guys share the same priorities as each other, or do it as a family thing? What is
Right.
priority to your kids? Like, if video game is priority to them, then they need to like reconsider that, and try to move up spending more time being, together with each other and so on and so forth. And then optimize your schedule so it looks that it looks more like the stuff that is not priorities on the lower echelon of time, and the things that are more priority gets more time at the end of the day.
Okay, I
So
looked
yeah.
up this Whoop It tool.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Whoop It is short for wish, outcomes, obstacles, and plans, and is a simple and research-based method for setting goals with something you want to achieve or experience. Can help participants increase the probability that they will actually be able to achieve the goal that they set for themselves. So that's a
There you
Whoop It
have it.
tool.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
a whoop it tool. Whoop it good.
We're gonna whoop it up then. We gotta whoop it
Whoop
up.
it up. Whoop it up.
Yeah, so that's nice. I like that. So like you want to make your dreams a reality, basically. So you want to
Yes.
take what you have as a priority. And I keep saying priority because that's that Jersey accent coming out. You want to make these a priority. Because
Priority.
yes, yeah, you
Well,
want to
I say priority.
Yeah, I say priority.
But that's because New York, New Jersey.
New Jersey. So making the thing that you want to see come into fruition a priority is that whoop it up, just that type of whoop it up tool that we're talking about. But again, you have to be in line. It has to be in line in what you want to see come to fruition. Now, if you're a single person and your dream is to vacation more, hey, that's a dream. That's a dream that can become reality once you measure out where you're spending your financial. Like, are you spending too much financially? Are you giving too much of your time to other things? Are you not taking time to vacation? So on and so forth. Do you have the job that offers you the time to vacation? Because if you work in retail does not always give you that type of leeway. It don't. I've worked retail in the past, but no, it does not give you that type of leeway, because you could easily burn your vacation days, or you could work a whole year and not make enough to have a vacation day.
Wow.
So yeah, that being said, and then on top of that, you may have to work a weekend that you want to go on vacation. And then they have to approve your vacation day, and they may not have coverage. But if you're working in a field where the leeway is a little like flexible and stuff like that, with PTOs and stuff like that, paid time off, for those who don't know what PTOs are, then you may have an opportunity to work. To vacation a little bit more than you're working, and they may respect your weekends as well. Again, that priority, you have to let them know. Listen, I do not work weekends.
Exactly.
And they say, well, we need you to work the weekends, and that's not the job for you. I cannot work weekends. I refuse to work weekends. If I'm working Monday through Friday, you cannot tell me that I need to work Saturday and Sunday as well.
Right, because we already discussed this.
Yes, this is discussed. So, you have to let your yes be your yes and your no's be your no's. And remember, yes and no are complete sentences.
Yes and no.
Yes and no are complete sentences. So there you have it. You've learned you've gotten your lesson for the day.
And it's funny that you were saying this. I had wrote something down too, and I just want to add this in. And it says 24 hours isn't enough for your. Sorry, 24 hours isn't enough for you because you haven't intentionally accounted for all your activities and prioritized them accordingly. That's why the 24 hours is not enough for you, because you have not done that, intentionally accounted for these activities. You haven't done it. You haven't prioritized them or accounted for them accurately. That's why 24 hours is not enough for you. Even if we constantly kept saying that, 24 hours is not enough, 24 hours, there's nothing we can do about it. We got 24 hours in a day, and it depends on, how we manage that. You have to figure out how you're going to spend or invest that time in, and who.
Yeah. So if you're gonna say, well, I'm gonna wake up at 6 o'clock to work out, right? And that's your set day, your set time. I'm gonna do this every day. Wake up at 6 o'clock so I can work out. But then you're saying, oh, you know what? Let me just take another 5 minutes. You're gonna hit that snooze button for another 5, 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes or whatever. So now you get up, it's like 6:30, and now you're trying to put in an hour workout in 30 minutes, right? So
It's
now
not
you've moved on
happening.
from it's not happening. So now you moved on from 6:30 to 7:30 working out. Now you got to get ready to take a shower to get ready to go to work. And you got to be at work at like 9 o'clock or whatever. But you also got to get something to eat. So you put yourself behind the 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
You've put yourself literally behind the 8 ball because you
And
decided,
what
okay, I need to
happens?
take that.
And
Yeah,
what's going to happen when you
you're
deviate?
rushing.
And what's going to happen too when you deviate from that schedule that you set for yourself? You're going to wind
Mhm.
up not exercising.
Yep. You either exercise or you don't
Or you
exercise,
don't.
or not
Exactly.
exercise enough.
Right.
Yep. So
That's
like, why,
that's
why,
what I
why?
got.
Yeah. So why are you starting your day, your week, your year, your month, your life behind the 8 ball? Look at the time. Like, okay, so you don't exercise today. All right, fine, that's fine. But in that time that you use that you were supposed to exercise, that you used it to do something else, make sure that something else is a productive something else
Yes.
that you could say, okay, well, let me just use this time and write out what I can be doing. Maybe
Right.
that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to use this hour or this 45 minutes that I have that I could have been working out to just write out my priorities and then say, okay, I spent too much time doing this. Why am I tired? Why did I wake up late? Well, that's because I was on the phone going through social media when I needed to be
Mm-hmm.
at bed at 10 o'clock so I could wake up at 6 o'clock. But instead, I went to bed about
Yeah.
11:30 because I spent the next hour and a half looking at these crazy ass videos on
On
social
social
media.
media.
Guilty as
Yeah.
charged. Come on now, I'll raise my hand to it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna deviate from what I do.
Right.
Oh no, deny what I do. But yeah, that's exactly what's going on. You have to go back and see where you're falling short. And if you're falling short on things that you know are taking away from you, that are not giving you the growth and the power to grow, then you have to change all that. You got to
Right.
change all that. You got to say, okay, well, I'm moving off of social media and I will put a timer on. They even have timers on Facebook,
Yeah, they
Instagram,
tell you
and
how
TikTok.
much time you spend on there. Yeah.
Yes. They have timers on there where you could set and be like, it'll remind you, it shut you down. Like I know for Instagram, they give me 30 minutes. Once I've been on there for 30 minutes, be like, oh, you've been on too long. Hello, what you trying to
we,
do?
we
You've
we
been on
helping you with
to
your
screen
time.
time, screen
Helping you
time.
with your time.
TikTok, the same thing, 30 minutes. Whoop, 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 whoop. Faith, you've been on too long. You want to
Right.
keep on going? If you want to keep on going, you got to punch in this code.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're fighting. They're fighting for you to
Yes.
get off the screen. Like as much as they want you to, participate in TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and stuff, they're also saying, okay, well, pump the brakes a little bit.
Like this is enough.
Yeah, it's
Like
enough.
I know
It's
you have
enough.
something else to do.
Yes. And you gotta take that as a hint, be like, all right, let me get my rusty dusty up and be on the
Right.
treadmill or spend some time in front of the computer just a little bit more to get that work done, that I needed to get done and whatever.
Right.
Yeah, buddy. Too much shit, not enough toilet paper.
Too much
But
shit, not enough toilet
but
paper.
I tell you what, you may not have enough toilet paper, but you might be able to make it last just a little longer than normal. When that new roll comes in, maybe use a couple. Maybe use 2 squares instead of 3.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Maybe use the squares instead of 3. You never know. You never know. You might
I
hold on
can't do it.
a little bit more toilet paper than you need.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't do it. I can't do
There
it.
you go.
And I know I use way too much toilet paper, but hey, I buy it. I'm the one that buys it. I can use as much as I want. I know I use too much, but
Oh my
well,
goodness!
I buy
If you're using 2 ply, split that some bitch in two. Pull it apart.
I don't use two
Now do
ply.
what you gotta
I
do.
use one ply because I don't want to mess up my plumbing. So
I know that's right.
I use one ply.
Yes, same here. I use one
So,
ply because
but,
I'm not trying to hire a plumber so quickly.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
So
One ply.
yeah.
Scotch.
So with that being said, we're gonna go on to our segment of no good,
No
no better.
good, no better. I love doing that.
No, I see. So, listen, my no good, no better for today is um watch the roll that you're using. Watch the roll of toilet paper that you're using. Don't use too much that you clog up your toilet bowl, and don't use too little that you dirty up your hands. So listen, it's a lesson in life. Okay, it's a lesson in life.
I tell y'all, I don't know. We don't practice this, so I don't.
We don't practice this. We don't practice this. We don't practice this.
It catch me on guard. Like,
use the right amount that's going to balance. That's going to balance out and keep you clean. Okay, you can you can say that you know that, oh, I have control over this and da 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 da. It's not going to affect me so much. But when you map it out, like in your mind, it makes sense. But when you write it down on paper, when you look at it for what it's worth, when you see where you are in this thing called life, you realize that you may be burning on one end of the candle, and oh no, I'm sorry, you're burning on both ends of the candle, and then you find out that you burned so much that there's nothing left to burn. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no there's no goal or opportunity because you've already burnt out your resources. And why would you want to do that? You know, just think about yourself in the long run, how much grateful you would be, or how much of a better person you will be in the long run if you just said, okay, well, let me just take the time and just spend a little bit more time productively and getting that extra workout in. I keep saying workout because that's where my thing is right now. That's where my brain is right now. Getting that extra hour of working out, or that extra 10 minutes of working out. Go to bed a little early so you can get that time that you keep saying that you're losing or trying to make up, and go to sleep. Go to sleep. If you can't sleep, try to do that. Use that time that you're saying that you can't use to sleep productively. Map out something that you want to do, that you want your goal to be. If it's a vacation, just write it out. Dream vacation to Punta Cana or whatever, the Valdez, whatever. But make sure you use your time wisely, and you're just not looking at, as much as we want you to look at YouTube, that you're just not stuck on YouTube watching YouTube videos. And if you are watching this video, we hope that this video is inspiring you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that is my no good, no better.
Thank you for that no good, no better.
You're so very welcome.
After no good, no better,
Yup.
I do my quote of the day.
Quote.
And the quote of the day may not have anything to do with what we spoke about today. And guess what? Today it has, at least I think it has something to do with what we spoke about. So the quote for today that I'm going to say is, time is what we want most, but what we use worst.
Ooh.
Time is what we want most, but what we use worst.
I like that.
Let that sink in. I'm not even going to elaborate on that one. I want you guys to let that one sink in. Time is what volumes. We want most, but what we use worst. And William Penn wrote that.
Thank you, Mr. William Penn.
Thank you, Mr. William Penn. Thank you, Mr. William Penn.
Thank you, Mr. William Penn.
Again, we want you to like, subscribe, share, and ding, click that notification bell.
Notified.
And we will definitely
Definitely, absolutely.
see you next time when we bet on this or
that.
Thanks, everybody. Love,
Thank you so much for
peace.
being awesome. You guys have a great week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
14K Dre.